was actually coming in short. I'm like, I can't wear shorts. I gotta be on the beam. I can't wear shorts. Rosh Hashanah. Yes. Wednesday. Say this, but it's actually cold. What's that? I'll have to come read. Fred, refresh my memory.
On the outside chance you don't have
Are there more people out there? It'll be up if you want to. You want to practice? No need? We made it. We made it. Love it, Debbie. Anybody else out there? No? Can we get it? Have we converted Brian yet? Yeah. Next Tuesday. I'll take it later, man. Yeah. So why don't we get started? Shabbat Shalom, everybody. That's really loud. Nobody needs to hear me that loud. As you can tell, I'm not Rabbi Gershon. I always wonder if he tunes in and watches. I really hope he doesn't, because that would like give me another complex. What's that? He's taking notes. He's docking me pay. Is that what you're saying? It's that pension I got. So Rabbi is visiting his family, I believe, in Florida, and so I'm quite certain that he's a little hotter than we are. Large gathering. There's not. If you need room in the pews, make sure you make yourself in. So, yeah, that's right. He can't see the camera. Good job, Fred. It's funny too because I got up here and I was like, "Wow, this is great. We have the big siddur with the big words and everything like that." And I realized it was the Rosh Hashanah Chumash. I'm like, "Who's already looking at that for the upcoming here?" So I quickly realized. So we are going to turn to page 10 in our siddur. And we're going to start with Yedi Nefesh. I like how everybody's sitting right in front of me. This is really good. I can just talk straight ahead. You guys have to sing very loud. And everybody online, sing loud too. Yedi Nefesh Avarachaman Mishohavda Etzonah Yarutz Before Eli Yistacharet Muhazka Ki Erev Yodiduta Minotsu Bechotam Yadu Ha'eh Bi'alam nafshi avacha anena rafana lapirot lanoa Azeh Tefizekti Let's go to the third paragraph, starting with Ancient One. We'll go into English. Ancient One, let your compassion flow. Have pity on the child whom you love, for I have yearned for so long to see your lucent power. My God, my beloved, hurry, please do not hide. Please, my beloved, revere yourself. Spread the sukkah of your love over me. May the whole world be illuminated with your glory. I shall be glad and rejoice with you. May lover come quickly, for the time has come. Have compassion for me as day is old. We're going to mix some English in tonight because my voice is terrible, but we'll keep going. It is interesting how I realize when I sing at home, it sounds a lot better. It always does. Yes, it's all the acoustics. I blame the acoustics. Top of page 11. Lechuniranina, 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 ladonai. Lechuniranina, 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 ladonai. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, hakatifa bitocha. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, nikra yomtioto. Lechuniranina, 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 ladonai. Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena ladonoi. I'm going to start in the middle again. Great is Adonai, a greater sovereign than all our other deities. God's hands form the earth's deep. Mountains' crests too are God's work. The sea is God's, for God made it. Dry land was fashioned by God's hands. Come then, let us bow and kneel. Let us bend our knees in the presence of Adonai, who formed us. The page? Okay. For Adonai is our God, and we are God's flock. Sheep is God's caring hands. If only you would listen today to God's voice and not become hard-hearted like the people at Meribah, like the time of Massah in the desert, when your ancestors tried me and tested me, though they have seen what I have wrought. For 40 years I was troubled by the generation, and I said, these are the people whose hearts have gone astray. They do not know my way. So in anger I swore they would not enter my rest. Arba'im shana kubidor b'yamamam tolele b'hem b'hem lo yedud rachai asher nishpati v'yapi imivahum el menuchati. Go to page 20. Okay. On the bottom asterisk, Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'yisachavu l'chol kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'yisachavu l'chol kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romimu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romimu. One more time. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'yistachavu l'chol kodsho. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'yistachavu l'chol kodsho. So we will turn to page 21. And we're going to do Mizmor Shi in English today. Going to do my thing. Okay, and we'll do it in responsively. Acclaim Adonai, doing it in Hebrew and English. Children of the divine, acclaim Adonai with honor and strength. Acclaim Adonai with the honor due God's name. Bow before Adonai in the splendor of the sanctuary. The voice of Adonai thunders over the waters. God's glorious thunders Adonai over the great sea. Adonai shatters the cedars of Lebanon, making the trees dance like calves, the mountains of Lebanon and Saran like wild bulls. The voice of Adonai makes hinds calves and strips forests bare, and in God's sanctuary all acknowledge the glory of God. So we will turn to page 3 for Lachado D. We are on page 23. We're going to do Lachado D. Well, for the first two stanzas of Lachado D on page 23, we'll go to page 25 and do the last two stanzas. Lachado D lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekahabela. Lachado D lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekahabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, Ishme'anu el hamichad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo teferet v'letila, Lechad odi lekrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi lekra kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela, lekrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mikor habracha, mehirosh mikeden nisucha, sof maseh b'shavat techila. Lecha dodi lekras kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi lekras kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Flip to page 25. Yahaminu shmo tifrotzi, V'et Adonai taritzi, al yadish ben partzi, ben ismecha ben hagila. Lecha dodi lekras kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi lekras kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please rise, bottom of page 25. Bohi b'shalom terepala, gam b'simcha utzola, toch emunei am segula, bohi kala, bohi kala. Lecha dodi lekras kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi lekras kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. You may be seated. We will turn to page 27 for Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir liyom haShabbat, Shir liyom haShabbat, Mizmor Shir liyom haShabbat, Shir liyom haShabbat. Tov li'adon la'Adonai, Masir Yishmael Maki b'boker hasecha, Idunatan elecho. Mizmor Shir liyom haShabbat, Shir liyom haShabbat, Mizmor Shir liyom haShabbat, Shir liyom haShabbat. We will turn to page 30, and thank you very much for your attendance. You helped us make the minyan. For all those who are saying Kaddish this evening, please rise. Yitgadal, v'yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, v'yamad, v'rakuteh, v'yamlich, matuteh, v'chayechom, yomechon, v'chayit, v'chol beit, Yisrael, la'galat, v'zman, kariv, v'yemru, amen. Yehei, Shemei Rabbah, v'rarak, v'yolam, v'yiparak, v'yistabak, v'yinabar, v'yinamam, v'yinaseh, v'yidadar, v'yidalek, v'yidalal, Shemei Kudusha, Le'elam min kol b'rachata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechmata, Damiyam b'yamav v'yimru, amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru, oseh shalom b'ramav, u'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. This time we turn to page 39, and we rise for the beginning of the Maariv service and the Baruch Hu. Et Adonai Baruch, please be seated. On the bottom of the page in English, let's read together. Baruch atah, and I said in English, right? Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and peace, whose world brings the evening dust, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, who will set the possessions of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky. who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness before light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Savot is your name, living and ever-present God. May you rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings the evening dusk. El Chai B'Kayam, Talmidim Lo Kaleinu Li'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Amari V'Aravim. On the top of page 40, Avat Olam. Avat Olam Beit Yisrael, Ahavta, Toranu Mitzvot, Ukim Mishpotim, Otanu Lemadita. Al Kain Adonai Eloheinu, Shafe'ahu Kumeinu, Nasi'ahu Pecha, V'nizma b'divrei Toratecha, U'v'mitzvotecha, Li'olam va'ed. Kihem chayenu, V'yorech yameinu, U'vahem negem, Yomam v'layla. Yavacha altar shemi ben Olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, B'chol levacha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol miyotecha, v'hayu advarim ha'elech, asher anochi mitzavecham, hayom al levavecha, v'shinamtam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shiftecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha v'aderech, v'shavtecha v'kumecha, Kshatam li'ahut ayadecha, v'hayu l'totafo beinenecha, u'katavtam al mezobeitecha, u'v'hisharecha. Please complete the reading of the Shema on the page 42 to the bottom. Adonai Elohechem Emet. We turn to page 44. U'malchuto bratzom kiblu alehem, Moshe v'nisrachanu shira, v'simcha rabba v'yamru kulam, michamocha u'elim Adonai, michamocha nedavar kodesh, norati lo nosefele, malchucha ruvanecha, bokeyam lifnei Moshe, Zeheli anu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch li'olam va'ed, v'nehemar kipadan Adonai et Yaakov, alot me'chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Page 45. Let's take the bottom left, the canopy of peace, sukkah of peace. Read together. Peace comes to us in the recognition that when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, when we recognize that we cannot control everything, redemption can be achieved. The central image in this prayer is the sukkah of peace. The sukkah is a fragile structure open to the elements. Peace is pictured not as a temple solidly built and perhaps ornate, but rather as created out of the most fragmented of peace materials, leaving us vulnerable and at risk. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha baruch atah Adonai. Aparei sukat shalom aleinu liakol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Top of page 46, we will sing together Vishamru. Please rise. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidor et haberit olam b'nu v'en b'nei Yisrael oti liolam oti liolam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidor et haberit olam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidor et haberit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, Shabbat v'yinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidor et haberit olam. Yikara v'yikara shemei Rabbah Yamad Rakotev el Mivmakute V'chayechanu Yomechon U'chayedecho Beit Yisrael Bagala Bagala Uvizman Kariv Yimeru Yesh Meirav Amavora Leolam Leomeyomaya Yibarach V'yistabach V'yapar V'yirmam V'yinaseh V'yiradar V'yiralef V'yiralal Shemei Dekudesha Leila Mikol Brachata V'shihirata Tus V'chasa V'nechem Asa Damir Abiyadama V'yimeru. Amen. So we will read the Silent Amida from page 47 to, I believe, page 52. That is correct. you're still finishing, please continue to finish. We'll turn to page 54 for Kaddish Shalom. Yekarav Gerashim Meirabah Yamad Rakotev Makotev Chayfom Yamafom Nechayir Kope Israel Makalav is Makarev Yemeru Amen Heish Meirabah Mevora Leolam Leom Eomaya Yibarak Bitzpak in the Parvi and Mami Nasev and all Bedek and all Shemina Kudasha Leilami Kovatat Leilami Kovrakata Bishirata Chushpakata Nekamata Rami Mavi Yemeru. What also what's on the call the Kolbe Israel, Amish Maya Viemeru, Ayesh, Merabab Mamish Maya, Aim Alina via Kostra Viemeru, Moses Rama via Sisha, Alina via Israel Viemeru. Amen. Okay. I gotta talk first. Come on. Isn't that why you all came out? I work hard all week on this. And it says here Devar Torah, so I got to follow what the rabbi tells me to do. That's okay. I might forgive you. We'll see. Come Sunday morning. So. Shabbat Shalom. Glad you all could be here this evening. Figure I'd throw you all in there because the rabbi's not here. I say it, and as I said, the rabbi's not here, and the good and the bad of that is, the bad is you have to listen to me sing. The good is that I get to study, and those of you who follow me on social media, and there's a few of you here, know that I don't take many breaks. So the opportunity to be able to stop my life and be able to study is a blessing. It's not something I do very often, and so when the rabbi is out of town, every now and then I'll say yes, and it works out well. This week's Parsha worked out very well for me, and so hopefully I wrote a quick Devar Torah, and hopefully you like it and it makes sense. And the most difficult first part for me was when I was studying it was being able to pronounce it. I mean, it is probably one of the, I never saw so many A's in a word in my life, but Beholtecha. Beholtecha. Okay. I was going to write it in Hebrew because I could probably say it a lot easier. But in this week's Parsha, the Israelites begin their journey through the wilderness, and it's a journey that is fraught with challenges. The Torah describes how they travel from Rephidim to the wilderness of Paran, facing numerous obstacles along the way. But what's striking is that despite all of the difficulties, the Israelites remain faithful to God. In fact, Moses' brother Aaron and Miriam speak out against Moses' leadership, but ultimately, it's not their criticisms that define the narrative. Instead, it's Moses' unwavering faith in God that prevails. When God speaks to him in the pillar of the cloud and fire, Moses says, "If you are pleased with me, teach me your ways." This is a moment of great humility and trust. It sets an example for me, and I think for all of us. As we navigate our own journeys through life, we too face challenges and uncertainties. We may encounter doubts and fears that threaten to undermine our faith. But like Moses, we can choose to respond with humility and trust. We can say to God, "Teach me your ways," and seek to deepen our understanding for our lives. Another theme in the Parsha is the importance of community. The Israelites are instructed to travel in groups of thousands, hundreds, 50s, tens, and so that everyone is accountable for each other. This structure is designed to promote unity and cooperation, as well as provide support and protection. In our communities, we too can learn from this model. When we come together with others who share our values and our goals, we can accomplish great things. We can offer each other encouragement and support, just as the Israelites did on their journey through the wilderness. And when we face challenges, we can lean on each other for strength and guidance. Finally, the Parsha talks about manna. We learn about the miraculous bread that God provides for the Israelites in the wilderness. The manna was a reminder of God's presence and provisions in their lives, and it serves as a symbol of their dependence on God. In our own lives, we too can experience moments of miraculous provisions. We may not always see them as clearly as the Israelites did with the manna, but they can still be present in small ways. A timely conversation with a friend, a surprise opportunity or gift, or a simple sense of peace and calm in times of turmoil. May we recognize these moments of provision and use them as opportunities to deepen our trust in God and our connection with one another. I would be remiss if I didn't tie community and gifts into the huge loss our community experienced this week. On Wednesday, we said goodbye to Carla Friedman, who passed away after a long battle with cancer. A courageous battle that started with her hope to beat it and the love of her family. And I said it on Wednesday, I didn't put it in here, but there's very few people that need 3 rabbis for a send-off. And she had 3 rabbis. As I said before, we may not always recognize the gifts that we receive in our lives, and sometimes we don't recognize it until it's too late. But I can tell you from day one that I met Carla when I walked through these doors in about 2002. You always knew where you stood with Carla. I feel honored to have called her my friend, as many of us did. And I have text messages and emails to remind me of our conversations. She touched so many people in this community outside of B'nai Israel, the entire Ocean County community. As her son Todd said on Wednesday, it looks like the high holidays services today, with the dividers open and every chair filled. Carla would text me after every Rutgers football game. Okay, I guess I shouldn't say that, we play on Shabbat. But win or lose, she would say to me, "You are really a fan for hanging out during those losses." But as I read many of the texts this week to give me a little sense and reminder of Carla, one short sentence has stayed with me as we texted about our mothers and our parenting. She said, "Being a great parent is the legacy that will go on and on." The humanity that Moses exhibits to God when he says, "If you are pleased with me, teach me your ways," and the way the children of Israel received manna from God and felt God's presence with a sense of peace, is the same way we parent, as Carla said. We parent to protect and to nourish with nothing in return other than the legacy that our children and their children will do the same. One of the greatest benefits of being president of this congregation for a few years is the friends I have made, and let us all recognize now and always and appreciate the gifts we receive for that sense of peace. Shabbat Shalom, and thank you. Okay. Anybody else want to do Kiddush? Anybody interested in doing Kiddush? I was offering it out. Yeah. Sharon here.
Janet, do you know before I drink this, is it grape juice or wine?
What's that? Am I driving? Yeah. We'll be surprised. We'll be surprised together. Please rise on page 55. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu v'shabbat kadsho v'yavav ratzon hintilanu zikaron l'maseh bereshit ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim Ivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol amim v'shabbat kadshecha v'yavav ratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. It's grape juice. Actually, that's stronger than the wine. So, I mean, it's got like a punch to it. Okay, we're all good. We're back to normal. Page 56 for Alena. Alenu l'shabeach ladon Yaakov. Shelo asanu k'mei ha'bratzon. Shelo samanu k'mishmecha ha'adama. Shelo samchel kenu kahem. V'goho alenu v'chol ha'amonah. Lifnei melech machlei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu She'unotei shamayim Moshe miparav hashamayim himaha Ushvinatusa B'charei mihromim Hu Eloheinu Einod Emes malkeinu efes ulato Kakahatu b'torato V'datayom v'hashevota Elev v'cha Ki Adonai hu v'Elohim B'shamayim minha V'yaretz Mitachat Einod Allahum ba'ed v'nehemar v'haya Adonai l'melech ha'koretz hayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. You may be seated. This week on June 22nd to June 28th, Congregation B'nai Israel observes the yortzites of Richard Paul Beal, Hissel Bateman, Alexander Fenvis, Ida Fried, Berthold Greenhut, Benjamin Jackson, Jack Katz, Oscar Kendler, Charles Kuttner, Albert Leibowitz, Henrietta Lieberman, Sylvia Petishnik, Saul Peterman, Harris Rosen, Sam Sackler, Doris Schwartz, Lena Sobolski, Edna Sturam, Rika Wasserman, Alfred Weinrock, Sue Yeller. All those who are saying Kaddish for their yortzites, please rise. Yikadal, Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yamad, Devragute, V'yamlich, Makute, V'chayechon, Yomechon, V'chayeh, V'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'galav, V'zman, Kariv, V'yimru, Amen. Yehesh, Mei, Rabbah, Murak, V'yolam, Umeo Maya. Yiparak, V'yishtabak, V'yidapar, V'yinamam, V'yitnaseh, V'yidadar, V'yidalek, V'yidalal, Shemei, D'kudashah, B'richlu. Le'elam min kol b'chata v'shirata, Tush b'chata v'nechamata, D'yamram Yomam, V'yimru, Amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim alenu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mirmav, u'yaseh shalom alenu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru, Amen. So at this moment, I'm going to take a pause and maybe find some water up here. I think there's some down there, and clear my throat. I am going to introduce, and I do apologize, I left the note at home. So I do know we have the New Jersey commander of the Jewish war veterans. Jewish war veterans, yeah, I did it right, okay. And I want to say Michael, but I don't think it's Michael, is it? You're Michael. Chuck. If Chuck Greenberg will come forward and want to say a few words, here with us this evening for the Shabbat. That's why I write everything down. That's it, but I forgot to bring it with me.
Shabbat Shalom. I bring you greetings from the Jewish War Veterans of the United States of America, Department of... Is better? Oh, okay. I was wondering whether you could hear me or not. With this, you can. Okay. I bring you greetings from the Jewish War Veterans of the United States of America, Department of New Jersey. I am the State Commander, retired Sergeant Major, U.S. Army, and I'm honored to be invited to speak to you today. I speak to you in the memory of our brothers and sisters in arms who bore the battle to preserve our way of life, our freedom and liberty provided by our country, the United States of America. For those who served, bled, and died, I speak. Now, I know you weren't prepared for a formal speech, but I've been giving this speech to high schools, to state conventions of the various veterans organizations, the DAV, the American Legion, etc. Okay. So here it goes. Communists, socialists, and Marxists and anarchists have joined together with the aberrant radical sect of Muslims and are attacking our country, the United States of America. This is a true witch's brew. It is not just Israel, it's any country or person, Christian, Jew, Hindu, Shinto, Sikh, etc., who Iran and their proxies, Hamas, the Houthis, and Hezbollah want to eradicate. They want to kill every last one of us. That's what from the river to the sea means. The aberrant radical sect of Muslims embodied by Iran and its proxies are fighting the crusades of the 12th and 13th century all over again, with the support of the communists, Marxists, socialists, and anarchists. It's happening right now in the United States. They have infiltrated both the Republican and Democratic parties, as well as our educational system nationwide. Just look at our leadership and faculty of most of our colleges and universities. I'm an alumni of Rutgers. I hold a Master of Science in Systems Management. I can tell you that Rutgers is not the Rutgers I went to. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Rutgers is not the Rutgers I went to. It has now, at a minimum, 3 congressional investigations for anti-Semitic incidences and the lack of response from the administration of Rutgers to them. President Holloway was literally ripped to pieces in Congress about 2 weeks ago, in case you didn't see it, for his inability to understand that he was not protecting the Jewish students on his campuses. It's a sad situation. And of all things, Israel is catching it. Israel is the canary in the coal mine, the tip of the spear, and we are next. The current political leadership of the United States of America are Neville Chamberlains, appeasers. Neville Chamberlain, for those of you who don't remember, was England's prime minister who gave Hitler anything he wanted to avoid war. And so started World War II. England threw Neville Chamberlain out and found Winston Churchill. We need a Winston Churchill in every political office to save the United States of America. I don't care what political party he or she comes from. The current leadership is failing on all levels. The current policy of limiting arms and armaments to Israel is wrong. If Hamas or any of Iran's proxies survive and then destroy Israel, it will be our fault. Then we will be next, sooner than you think. Israel needs to defend itself from the destruction Hamas and the other proxies intend for it and all Jews. If we don't help Israel, if Israel falls, then it will be on us next on the chopping block. As you see, there are riots in the streets, been going on for months. There are riots on the campus, and nobody's doing anything about it. Our dear friend Alvin Bragg in New York just gave basically jaywalking tickets to all the people who were rioting in Columbia. Therefore, there'll be no record on the police dockets that they did anything. They never even took fingerprints. So they're hiding who these people are. That's why I say our political leadership and our legal leadership are failing us. Well, for the next turn of events, the communists and radical Muslims will then duke it out to see who will control the world, and that's after they get rid of us, the United States of America. And believe me, that's their intention. I say this in the honor and in gratitude to all who have served and bore the battle and will serve and sacrifice for the United States of America. And I know you've heard other speeches similar to this, but this is coming from a combat vet who's been there. Right? I served for 26 years. I'm a retired sergeant major. I have seen it all, and it's coming back. Everything I see in the streets is the same thing you saw in the late 20s and early 1930s in Germany. What happened there will happen here if you let it. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Okay. It is my pleasure to call upon Phil Brilliant to give the announcements this evening. Our sincere condolences to Stanley Friedman and his family and friends in the passing of our beloved congregant, Carla, this past week. Shiva information was emailed out to everybody. I believe that they are in East Brunswick through the end of Shiva. It says thank you to Phil Brilliant for leading services. I'll say thank you for putting up with me. All of us are invited, even myself, to join the back social hall for Oneg Shabbat. Services for the upcoming week. Join us for Shabbat services tomorrow morning at 9:30, at which time we will celebrate the birthdays of Megina Middleberg and Gila Butchbinder. Did I do good? Okay. What number birthday is that? 99. Amazing. She is amazing. What's that? Is she telling people that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just checking. I didn't want to say that. Okay. Okay. That's amazing too. Because she's like a 50-year-old, 40-year-old running around like everything. We also have a year in advance celebration tomorrow morning, so a lot is going on for Olivia Wynn. All are cordially invited for a kiddish luncheon immediately following services, co-sponsored by Gila and Magina. Join us for morning minion. Sunday morning is 9 o'clock. Alan won't be there. He's already told us, so please make sure you can come. Not that they should come because you're not there. I'm just saying, that's excitement enough. Monday and Thursday morning at 7:45. All morning minions are in person as well as on Zoom. Zoom links as well as streaming links are in the weekly bulletin, but they're also on our website. You can just go right to the front page of our website and they're right there. Upcoming events, Sisterhood Books discussion will be held on Tuesday, June 25th at 2 p.m. Late refreshments will be served. All are welcome. The next Women's Rosh Chodesh program with Cantor Ruth Katz Green will be Monday, July 8th at 1:30 p.m. Save the date. Join us for services on Friday, July 12th and Saturday, July 13th as we welcome our new part-time cantor, Cantor Vadim Yolt. Did I do that good? Look at that. Okay, not bad. So please come out to meet him on July 12th and 13th. And just a reminder, and I think as Chuck had said, the world is a different place today than it was on October 6th. And we do count that this is week 37 of and actually it says here the war in Israel. It is the war that Israel is in, because it is not actually in Israel. And the hostages have been held for 260 days. That is amazing, and not amazing, it's sad. And I said this when I did my talk about when I came back from Israel, that every parent, every family member I met firmly believed that their family members were still alive as hostages. And as was it last week or 2 weeks ago, 4 hostages being, saved, and basically by the IDF, says that there is a chance. So we need to keep them in our prayers always. We will turn and conclude services. Marty, you want to lead us? Page 73. Malachei hamlachei, malachei elyon, Yehi melech, malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, Mihi melech, malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Nil Shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, Mihi melech, malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seistem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, Mihi melech, malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom. Please stay cool in this heat, and join us in the back for owning Shabbat.
I was told senior citizen was apartment, but I never got in. And it said, when I drove by, it said leasing, now leasing. But I don't know the name.
This building is not defined apartment or that's a big
Okay.
one. So we're going to do and we're not approved. That's a big one. So it's
And the only thing I would say though is, if you find something, let us know where. There are some undesirable apartments that would want people to be in. Walnut Street has some apartments.
Some are nice. Right, I don't know.
So that there's some apartments on Brickman Boulevard. It's all about different areas. And like my daughter lives off of Route 70. I forget what the name of the
She's
apartment is.
back?
My building.
Oh, okay.
She lives in apartments right off of Route 70 by 70 and Jack
Okay.
It's a sort of, yeah, it's in brick. Yeah, it's in brick. It's Kentwood. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, we're trying to because the quality we don't have available, but that's the cheapest area.
That's where she lives. Her husband works right down the street, so they're going to be close. It's too small for them. That's and then there's also some. On Lane's building. Let me just grab my stuff. Yeah,
We work on that, that's freehold.
That's brick also.
That's great.
That's brick also. Yeah, I mean, do you again, Tom? Do you ever have a house? I recommend